All right, let's talk about behavioral-based safety. We're going to break down 5 simple, powerful habits that can totally transform how you think about safety in the workplace.
I mean, really think about that for a second. It's a pretty powerful question, right? So much of safety is about what to do after something goes wrong. But what if the real secret is in the small choices we make every minute of every day? That's what we're going to get into.
You know, a lot of safety programs feel like this giant, boring rulebook you have to memorize. Well, behavioral-based safety kind of flips that on its head. It's not about just following a list of regulations. It's about building a proactive mindset, about turning those conscious safety checks into habits that are just second nature. And that brings us to the core of it all, the 5 safe behaviors. I want you to think of these not as more rules, but as tools you can put in your personal safety toolkit. They really empower you. So let's open up that toolkit and see what's inside. First up, we've got eyes on hands. Now, I know it sounds almost too simple, but believe me, this is one of the single most effective ways to prevent injuries. It's all about creating that solid connection between what you're seeing and what your hands are doing. So, let's make this super practical. When you keep your eyes on your hands, it forces you to be present, to be in the moment. It means using the right gloves for the job, not just any old pair. And here's the golden rule. If you can't see your hands, you have to assume they're in a danger zone. This is so critical around pinch points and crush zones, where things can happen in a flash. Okay, so tool number 2 in our kit builds on that same idea of awareness. It's eyes on path. We're shifting the focus from our hands to where we're going, really hammering home that idea of situational awareness when you're on the move. This seems like such common sense, but think about how often we ignore it. Just looking where you're going lets your brain spot that stray cable, or a wet spot, or an uneven bit of flooring, before it turns into a slip or a fall. And we have to talk about the big one, your phone. That quick glance at a text message is all it takes to completely disconnect from your surroundings, and that's when accidents happen. All right, next up is a true classic of safety, but it's absolutely crucial. Right tool for the job. This isn't just about being more efficient, it's about making sure you're using equipment exactly how it was designed to be used. That's fundamental. And this lays it out perfectly. In every situation, you have a choice. The safe choice is the professional one. You use the tool that was made for the task. If you don't have it, you stop and you ask for it. The unsafe choice, that's when we try to improvise, using a wrench as a hammer, grabbing a damaged tool. Let me tell you, the few seconds you think you're saving are never, ever worth the risk. Now, our 4th behavior, line of fire. This one requires a different kind of awareness. It's about visualizing what could happen. It's about looking ahead and understanding the potential for danger in the next few seconds. So what do we mean by line of fire? Simple. It's the path a hazard could take. That could be anything from standing under a suspended load to walking in the path of a forklift or even just being near a pressurized hose that could burst. It's about spotting those invisible dangers, especially the ones that come from stored energy.
This all comes down to building one simple habit, constantly asking yourself, where am I standing right now? Am I in the path of something moving? Am I under something that could fall? Am I next to something under pressure? Just being aware of your position is the absolute key to staying out of the line of fire.
And that brings us to our 5th and final behavior. And honestly, this one is the foundation that holds all the others up. It's mind on job. This is the mental piece of the puzzle. You can have your eyes on your hands, your eyes on your path, but if your mind is off somewhere else, thinking about what's for dinner or a problem at home, you're not truly present. Distractions are a leading cause of injuries because they break that critical link between seeing a hazard and reacting to it. So, those are the 5 behaviors. That's the toolkit. But what's the real reason to do all this? Why should you work to build these habits? Well, it all comes down to one simple, powerful goal. This is it. This is why it all matters. The point of any job isn't just to get the work done. The real goal is to go home safe to your family and friends at the end of every single day. And these behaviors, they are the tools that help make sure that happens. So I'll leave you with this question. Don't try to master all 5 at once. Just pick one. Which one of these behaviors are you going to make your personal focus starting today? Because making that one small conscious choice, that's the first step toward building a habit that could one day keep you safe.